Chapter 4 Continuation. I did not, for example, know how to wash beans properly or slice onions and tomatoes. Because our food was simple staple things, yam porridge most afternoons and pounded cassava in the evening. We never ate breakfast in my home because we could not afford 3 meals a day. But at the teacher's house, I had to learn how to fry eggs and make tea in the morning. These were strange things that I had never done before, although Teacher Steve spent a good deal of time teaching me how to cook each new food item. I was too afraid in his presence to remember what he had said after he had left. I was always afraid that one mistake would annoy him and he would send me back home. Each time I served his meal, I would, I would hide behind the door, shaking with fear, and listening for him to shout in anger. One day in my second week, he nearly sent me packing. He had instructed me in the morning to cook jollof rice for lunch. I had not tried cooking jollof since he had taught me how to make it a few days ago. I washed the rice twice as he had instructed. A second time in hot water, I also filtered the sand out of the rice with the use of a small biscuit. The teacher Steve himself had opened a tin of corned beef and then left me to finish cooking the meal. But in my fear that the rice might overcook and become watery, I put in the beef, onions, tomatoes, and other ingredients a little too early. I also made the mistake of using a spoon to turn the stir the rice before it was properly done. This had caused the water to dry quickly and the rice at the bottom of the pot to turn into black coal without the rest being proper, properly done. I almost dropped the plate with fear when I served his lunch that day. It was bad enough that the rice was not properly cooked, but it was worse than it was also burned. I rang the small bell on the dining table, summoning Teacher Steve to eat his badly cooked jollof rice. I went outside the room and waited behind the door. A few minutes later, I heard the chair scraping the floor as Teacher Steve came to the table. Not long after, I heard him groan at the first bite. My good God! Feeling guilty and unable to wait any longer for my fate, I pushed open the door and said timidly, "Sir, did you call me?" "I did not, but I would have called you anyway. Anyway, come here." "Yes, sir." I drew close to the table. You put a spoon in this rice before it was properly cooked." Teacher Steve began. I did not know whether it was a statement or question, but I decided that it was